Simsim and the mystery of the missing mushroom treasure. The Bavarian forest was experiencing quiet days after the storm. Simsim, the little hedgehog with golden quills, was roaming as usual, enjoying the beauty of the early morning and the scent of the damp earth. But this tranquility didn't last long. Suddenly, Simsim heard screams mixed with cries coming from the tangled branches area. He approached cautiously and found Mr. Bundik the squirrel, his old friend, slapping his tiny cheeks with his claws and twitching his tail hysterically. "My treasure! My mushroom treasure has vanished!" Bundik cried, pointing to a tree hollow where he had hidden his winter provisions. The hollow was completely empty. Bundik was known for collecting the most delicious rare mushrooms, and he always hid them with extreme care. This treasure was the most important thing he owned. Simsim quietly asked, "Calm down, Bundik. When did it disappear? And did you see anything strange?" Bundik wiped away his tears and said, "I put it here just before I went to sleep. When I woke up, it was gone. I didn't see anything except scattered leaves around the entrance." Simsim began to examine the place with his keen eyes. He noticed that the scattered leaves weren't ordinary. They were strewn in a way that suggested someone had passed through here in a hurry. And as he followed the trail of leaves, he spotted something small and shiny on the ground. It was a very tiny button, bright blue, which he had never seen in the forest before. "That's strange," Simsim thought. "No one in the forest wears buttons." Simsim followed the hidden trail of scattered leaves, which led him to a narrow alley between two large trees. The scent was stronger here. It wasn't Bundik's distinct mushroom scent, but a mix of honey and sweet wild berries. At the end of the alley, Simsim reached a small hole under a leaning tree trunk. And from inside the hole, he heard muffled sounds indicating effort, along with murmurs and slight coughing. Simsim slowly crept towards the hole and peered inside. What he saw made him stifle an amused laugh. There were two small animals, the mischievous mole twins, Hafer and Knacker, known for their great love of digging and food. They were struggling immensely to push a large ball of mushrooms into their small hole. The ball was too huge for the hole's entrance and had gotten stuck. Next to the ball, Simsim saw remnants of berries and honey. Hafer and Knacker had found the mushrooms Bundik had hidden, and instead of taking a few, they decided to move all of them to their hideout, believing it was a delicious forgotten meal. As for the blue button, it had fallen from one of their small provision bags. Simsim emerged from his hiding spot, calling out cheerfully, "Here's your treasure, Bundik." Hafer and Knacker looked up in alarm, and a few drops of honey dripped from their mouths. Simsim laughed, "It seems you found a treasure, but not your own." The mole twins were extremely embarrassed. They apologized to Bundik, who had arrived at the scene surprised and astonished. With Simsim's help, they managed to push the ball of mushrooms out, despite the difficulty. The mushrooms were returned to Bundik, who couldn't blame the moles too much after seeing how much larger the mushrooms were than their hideout could accommodate. As for Hafer and Knacker, they learned an important lesson about not taking what isn't theirs, especially if it requires great effort and gets stuck. From that day on, Simsim became known not only for his intelligence but also for his ability to solve amusing forest mysteries and return things to their rightful owners.